I am so looking forward to this because I've never had one of these before. This morning on the menu we have Edward's Savoury Scones, which are perfect for the festive season. Good morning to you, Edward.
Good morning, Alan.
I've never had a bacon scone before.
I'm just thinking, isn't it great after all these years? I can still bring you something new.
You can still surprise me. You can still surprise me. I love it.
I certainly can. These are gorgeous, Alan. I was just telling you that sometimes I would make these at home as a little bread option, particularly if you're having a little dinner party or a soiree of some sorts, because you could have a little individual kind of a bread option to serve with a little cup of soup.
When are we being invited to one of your soirees?
At any stage. 'Tis open house. All is welcome. All is welcome.
So would you make them then much smaller?
I'd make them. I have a little small scone cutter here today, so I'm just going to make them a really nice dainty size. Now, in general, for scones, either sweet or savoury, I prefer the smaller scones. I hate these ones that are nearly like the size of a dinner plate. You know, I like a nice small scone. I'd rather have two than kind of have these big massive ones. So, Alan, I'm going to plough ahead. What I've done in advance is I've just taken some rashers of bacon, I've just cooked them and I've chopped them up into chunks.
That's cooked already?
There. That's cooked. But you can see
I haven't got it particular time, like it's streaky or
I've used
salted
the smoked one, but you can use the normal one, or even if you had a piece of ham or bacon left over, you could chop that up into chunks as well. So here what I've got is I've got a pound 450 grams of sifted flour. I'm just going to pop that into the bowl, and to that I'm just going to add in a little pinch of thyme. So I've got either some fresh or some dried thyme. I'm also going to pop in a little bit of salt in there as well, and I'm also going to pop in a little bit of either paprika or cayenne pepper, is what I've said to you in the recipe. Okay, then I'm just going to give that a little shake in, and then what I've got is I've got 3 ounces 75 grams of butter, just like that. Now, what I'm going to do, Alan, is I'm just going to take the scones that I have made out of the oven. So these are ready to pop out of the oven at this stage, so I can just leave those there, and we'll talk about those in just a secondo, just to show you that's what they turn out of the oven like, just so that it won't roast the mouth off you when we're getting those done. Okay. So here we've got our butter, and I'm just going to rub it in, and I've just popped on the gloves, Alan, for pure handiness. People won't need to do that at home, but it's just handy here to put on and off the mess. So that's basically that, just like so. So that's the kind of the basic mixture at which you can put in whatever you like. So I mean, think of putting in the bacon, think of putting in maybe some black olives, think of putting in a little bit of roasted vegetables in there with some cheese. So you can really be inventive with what you'd like to put into the savoury scone mixture. That being said, I think I tend to gravitate towards the bacon and the thyme and the cheese time and time again.
It's perfect recipe.
It's just gorgeous. The flavour is really nice with it now. I think you'll enjoy it. And I've put on a few crispy rashers in the oven for you as well, Alan.
God.
So I'm really
breakfast has arrived
this morning, really spoiling it. So that's basically that. You don't have to get too excited about getting every single bit of butter rubbed in, just once the most of it is rubbed in like that. Now, then I'm going to put in the bacon, as I've said. I'm also going to put in some cheese. So I've got some grated cheese here, a little bit of cheddar or mozzarella, your favourite cheese of choice. And then I've got an egg. And then I'm using some of the Irish yogurt Clonakilty this morning. I'm using their spoonable kefir. Now, kefir, of course, is made in a really nice process. So there's about 16 different
What's kefir,
cultures.
can I ask you?
Kefir is the kind of the type of, it's a fermented milk made with 16 different cultures. So again, you can see it's nice and thick. Wow. Kefir is one of these things that's quite big at the minute in terms of gut health. It's kind of good in probiotics.
I love that
in gut health.
Yeah.
So pop that in there as well. So I'm using the yogurt. People will be familiar with maybe normally using buttermilk for this. So I'm using yogurt, which will have that acidic sense, and I'm just going to put in a small bit of fresh milk just to bring that together in there as well. Now, you'll find, Alan, or you should find when you taste these, even when I'm taking them out of the oven there to test them, they're as light as a feather. If you've heard tell of a scone being as light as a feather, and I just think the yogurt works really well, or the kefir works really well to give you that sense. So you can see I've got my spoon here, and I'm bringing the most of the mixture together with my spoon. Just pop in another little sensation of milk. And
you're saying just add the milk gradually instead of overdoing it.
Just a small bit of milk, because normally you'd need much more milk, but because we've got the kefir or the yogurt in there, you can use that instead. Now, I've done most of the mixing by hand. Can I just tell all of your viewers at home, Alan, never be putting your hand back down into the bag of flour. I'd always have a little bowl of flour for dusting my work surface, and then you won't get any of the kind of the scone mixture back into the flour for the next time.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
good little
so
tip there.
what I'm going to do is just bring this together, and you can see there's often like a small little bit of dryness in the bowl, and then just pop that in just on the top. And drop my bowl. Now, then what I've got is I'm just going to knead these together very quickly. I don't want to knead them for too long, Alan, because you don't want them to toughen. So you're literally just bringing the dough together, and then I'm just going to flatten it out just like so. So the same sort of type that you would do your normal scones.
Do you have a favourite, Edward? Do you prefer baking or cooking meals?
Do you know, people often ask me that, and I just think because of my job, both here and obviously in the real world, I do a bit of both, which I quite like. I do like the kind of the baking, the breads and the scones, that sort of thing. But yeah, I do like a mixture of the two. And in my other guise, I do so many different types and cuisine types and everything. So it's great. Now, you cut all of those out, Alan. I'm using the small little scone cutter, as I said, or you might decide to kind of just use a knife and cut them into rectangular shapes. Now, so I will obviously continue that, Alan, in a few minutes' time, once we're gone off air.
How long do they go into the oven
But I just want to show you, they go into the oven for about 18 minutes, 18, 20 minutes.
Oh,
but here
precise.
what I've got is a little bit of egg and milk, which I've mixed together, and I'm just going to brush that over the top of the scones, just like so. Not too much.
But it's important you do that, isn't it?
It just gives
give
them
it that
a gorgeous
bit of
glaze.
Nice,
But I'm just going to give them a little bit of interest on the top. So I'm just going to put a small little bit of extra cheese on the top of there, just like so. And then, Alan, I have a few lovely pumpkin seeds, which I'll put on the top, just like so. They go into the oven, 180, 350 gas mark 4 for, as I said, the 20 minutes, 18 or 20 minutes. And then the resultant mixture is these lovely scones, just like so. So I think you'll agree that they are absolutely delicious.
Look
and even if you just want to feel them, Alan, feel their lightness, they are literally just as light as a feather.
If I'm opening them, would you put, because there's bacon and all in these, would you put butter on them?
Oh, yeah, definitely you'd need a little bit of butter there to get them going nicely for you. A little bit of butter. As I said, delicious to have with soup if you want it. Or I've just got some lovely crispy bacon there. Will I give you a little rasher?
Oh, give me a little rasher.
Little rasher. Oh, I'll give you 2 rashers coming
give me the 2. Give me no, don't.
No, I'll give you 1 little rasher there. OK, and nice crispy bacon. I just love crispy bacon. When I go in for my breakfast, the first thing I always say is crispy bacon. So nice little crispy bacon. But Alan, imagine those with soup or imagine those with a little filling. Aren't they delicious? They're really light.
Oh.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Silence. He's gone to another world.
They are absolutely delicious. My first ever bacon scones, and they're delicious. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome,
Thank you.
Tá fáill, Siróid.
Thank you.